Hello, and once again, I welcome you to what will probably end up being approximately 30 minutes of something to distract you from the world that we live in. And, you're looking for anything, and sometimes you'll lick a dumpster if it can provide you with a little bit of entertainment in our desolate, fucked up world of which we are all, unfortunately, at least in this time period, living in. And of course I'm talking about Pokemon Red and Blue, Speedrun, STARYU, yeah, right? That's what we're talking about here today. This is an alt-main, glitchless classic run of Pokemon Red and Blue. Alt means alternative, it means anything but Nidoking. Main, I don't think I need to explain what that means. Glitchless means there's no glitches, except the speedrunning community for Pokemon's a little, let's just say they don't understand what words mean, so there's actually two things in Pokemon speedrunning. There's Glitchless and Glitchless Classic. Glitchless Classic is a newer category, and it does less glitches. Wrap your head around that one. Anyway, caught a Pidgey there. That'll come in handy later. Of course, I'm just going through in these videos nowadays. I mean, this is my 16th, I think it was 16th run of this game. I'm at the point where I'm just going to be using Squirtle for the most part when I start these. You don't really need to see me defeat Brock. It's not really the main thrust of what a video like this is about. The main thrust is, of course, the Staryu. And really, this run, I did 2 runs of this route, and I'll talk about it. In the next one, you'll find out which Pokemon I did next time. Whatever the fuck. But I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach to this run, in that I didn't know what I was going to end up with. I wanted to do a super rod situation. I wanted to fish. I wanted to do fishing. I was originally thinking about doing some stuff with the Seafoam Island, but it turns out almost every Pokemon other than Seal and Articuno are repeats. So the earliest you can get stuff like Staryu, Shelder, that kind of stuff is with the fishing rod. So I was like, I'm gonna do a fishing rod. I'm gonna choose a location that has a lot of unique guys, and I'll go with whatever I get first. In this instance, it was Staryu. Well, I think I caught like some Goldeen first, but again, I wanted to get one of the Route 19 exclusives. In this case, well, exclusive maybe isn't the best term, but Pokemon monsters that appear in that area either exclusively or not. In the case of Shelder, which I don't believe is exclusive to Route 19, but I would have taken a Shelder if I had gotten one, but I didn't. I got Staryu. So yeah, Staryu. We're getting there very soon. So I'll give you a little bit of spoiler. It's a water type. I actually don't know if it's Psychic type too, but it can learn Psychic. And let's just say Staryu has an absurd move pool in this game. It can learn Thunderbolt. Make that make sense. It can learn stuff like Ice Beam. It can learn, at least I think. I didn't end up teaching it Ice Beam, but I think it can learn Ice Beam. It can learn Psychic. What the fuck? It can learn Double Team, of course. All that kind of stuff. It's a sick move pool that Staryu has. And I just want to say, too, we're getting to Rock Tunnel. We're almost to the end of Rock Tunnel. I don't know if I'm going to do this more often than in the future, but I'm going to do it here. I exited Rock Tunnel at around 1 hour and 24, maybe 25-ish minutes. This is in speedrunning, we refer to these things as splits. I don't really like using splits, generally speaking. But the next run I'm doing is also a Route 19 Super Rod run, so I feel like they are kind of comparable. So just, maybe I'll ignore this or forget about it when I do the commentary for the next one. But about 124 entering Rock Tunnel, not very good. I had as you can see here, it was just a sloppy, not too great, not too terrible, no major, kind of fuck-ups, but, just, getting wrapped a bunch, just getting slow poison loops, that kind of stuff. I managed to get the Sylph Scope there. I didn't forget about it last time. That was kind of tragic. And after the Poke Flute is when you're able to get the Super Rod, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's when the real bulk of this this run will start. This is all the prologue. This is all the prelude. This is all the beginning, Chapter 0. They're gonna make a prequel movie about this whole section, but you know, we're gonna get it out of the way first. Yeah, so basically the big thing with runs like this, in that, again, this is an unmodified original official cartridge, which is why I'm not doing something like, you know, like hacking in your starter or anything like that. I mean, I might do that later, but I'm having a lot of fun just playing the real game on a real machine. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. That's kind of how I'm having fun with it. Got the Super Rod right there, by the way, just a little bit of Super Rod action. That's awaiting us. I like how in this one it's better to just get both Snorlax out of the way. I never know where this rare candy is. I was gonna say something. It was something profound. I don't know. Right, it's about the level gap. When you're doing a run like this where you're catching your Pokemon, so late in the game, like Wartortle here, and again, I mentioned this before, I evolve into Wartortle just to make it, you know, on par. I am speedrunning the first half of the game, right? So doing that with just a Squirtle would just make it take like another 30 minutes to an hour for a reason that I don't really, you know, this is a Staryu without evolution. That doesn't mean I'm not allowed to evolve totally. However, I don't evolve into Blastoise just because I feel like that gives me a bad incentive structure. But catching this Pokemon Staryu at level 15, when my starter is almost level 40, that makes this really awkward in-between zone where you have to kind of level up the Staryu. And one of the best ways to do that is with swap training. And it feels dirty, it feels yucky, but to be honest with you, I don't really know what the better method is yet. And I know, like, part of me is thinking just spam the rare candies. As soon as you catch the Pokemon, just spam all your rare candies that you have at that point, and hope it brings you up. And that may be a strategy that's viable. Again, I don't really plan these too far in advance. Like with this one, I didn't even know I was going to be running with Staryu. I was going to take a Horsey, Shelder, or a Staryu. And so I kind of, you know, that's what makes this fun. If I were to just plan it all out, I could do a Pokemon speedrun with my pen and paper, but that's not as fun as doing it with my brain in real time, right? I went to Koga's gym to try to do some swap training, but Koga's gym is really hard. That's the thing. I don't, like, you can skip all the trainers in Sabrina's gym. That's easy, you know, just knowing the path, and you can avoid them all. So Sabrina barely even has a gym, but maybe that's why. I don't know. But they stuffed Koga's gym full of psychic Pokemon. It's very fucking weird. I got perfect trash cans there, by the way. I think I stumbled upon, like, the ideal trash can solution without, like, looking at any cheat codes. I always go to the bottom left one, and for, like, a couple runs, it's worked out pretty well almost every time. So just throwing that one out there, bottom left, note to self. Got Lieutenant Surge out of the way, which is good because now I can teach Staryu Thunderbolt, which is just absurd. Why is a water Pokemon no Thunderbolt? Who knows? But Thunderbolt saved my entire asshole when it came to the Elite Four, because it made Lauralee a lot easier than Lauralee would have been otherwise. And Lauralee is really, it's a big wall. It's the ice wall, as the flat earthers love to tell us about. I wish the earth was flat. I hope the ice wall is real. Because you ever see those pictures of the flat earth, and it's like the earth that we know is like this small spot in the center, and then there's all these made up continents beyond the ice wall? Like, that shit's really awesome. So I hope that the ice wall is real, rooting for them. And on that note, I decided, Bellsprout. I got Psychic, or rather Erica. I have Psychic. That should be pretty simple. But again, this level situation, you know, once you get wrapped, it's kind of over. It's a wrap. And it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm between two minds on this one. Like, part of me is like, maybe it's probably for the best to just like immediately do Lieutenant Surge, get Fly, and then just fly around the map and do all the smaller, low-level trainers that are of STARYU's level, and then just kind of do that for like 30 minutes, just like a literal grinding session just to get your guy up. Because like doing the story a little bit, kind of attempting the gym leaders a little bit maybe, and doing a lot of swapping in and out and stuff. Like, look at this Bellsprout versus Victory Bell action. I don't know, it's slow and it feels dirty, right? Because again, like, once I get Staryu, that is supposed to be my main Pokemon, right? But it's like, is it really my main Pokemon when I'm swap training and, you know, going in and out and everyone? It's kind of more of a team game if Bellsprout's getting a cut in there at level fucking 12 or whatever, you know, so I haven't made that decision yet. I'm going to, you know, put off that decision until later or never make that decision. But again, we're in that awkward in-between zone where Staryu is just really kind of horrendous and Wartortle is taking over on a lot of the on a lot of the kills. So I don't know. You tell me in the comment section. Yeah, engagement bait. A little pee break there. That's why I stood in one spot for like 30 seconds. That's right, I pee within 30 seconds. I'm a very quick peer when I do these kinds of runs. There's a bathroom in my living location that is very close to where I play the game. So it takes me like about 6 seconds to get to the bathroom, maybe about 30 seconds for urination, and I'm back in. Anyway, leave me a comment, please. I'm lonely. Please, God. Oh, God, why? I'm so lonely. But again, I eventually just decided, you know what? I think I'm going to use a couple rare candies in Staryu. It's just like, I don't know. It's an awkward spot in the run. You know, like a run like Geodude that I did recently. You get Geodude at Mount Moon. I've done Nidoran, Boy and Girl. You get those and even sooner than that. So it's like, that one's not really a concern. But when you're doing a run where it's like, you have to wait until your starter's level 40 and then go back to like level 15. I mean, man, it's a killer. It really hurts the brain. It hurts the mind. To deal with that, and I don't know if I'm dealing with it in a great way. But either way, what I'm also dealing with is the Sylph Corporation, because in this game, for whatever reason, they decide to let a child take down Team Rocket, a criminal enterprise. And save a corporation which probably, seemingly, if you actually went in, I'm sure that someone has done this, but like there's hundreds, maybe not this many actual NPC actors in the game, but like there's hundreds of employees for Sylph Corporation, like especially like there's people like out on business, they're traveling and stuff like that, right? So, you know, this corporation with hundreds of employees has to rely on a private military contract of a 10-year-old with a Staryu. So I mean, it's kind of a huge problem. But again, this run was kind of full of huge problems. Now, Staryu is a fantastic Pokemon. As far as unevolved Pokemon go, Staryu is probably one of the best. But again, you're just really getting plagued by this like early game like grind. And you know, again, it's totally possible that the solution is just right there. Use the rare candies. Is it really worth it saving them for later? Or, you know, is it really worth it? Probably not. It probably isn't worth it. But honestly, I had a lot of problems with Laura Lee, and I'm happy that I had my rare candies at the end. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to take a sip of coffee here while I finish off the rival. Or will I? Huh? Look at that. No, I'm gonna win here. Don't worry about it. Check this out. Easy peasy. Yep. And then you do that. You just revive again. Don't you love revives? Doesn't that make gameplay riveting when you just get the you know, oh no, I fucked up, hit the revive button. And then of course in this game, like Bellsprout is like pretty much immune to everything. Like Bellsprout, like all the hardest guys are apparently grass types. Well, I'm running with Staryu, so it makes sense. So when in doubt, just send Bellsprout. Anyway, made it past that, you know. I was considering maybe doing, you know, one of those no item challenges. But you know, it's a balancing act. What do I care about more? The speed of this so-called speedrun, or about, like, you know, stacking challenge modifiers on it? Right now, my main interest lies with speedrunning. I am a speedrunner, and so, that, you know, if it's no items, like, really what items allow you to do are to basically just save time. Like, you know, either you just try to run that fight over and over and over again and hope the luck works out, or you just use a 17 revives or whatever. You know, whatever. I don't know. It's possible I will do more kind of stacked up challenge runs in the future. But right now I'm just trying to casually beat this game approximately 146 times. You know, shouldn't take too long. Anyway, back at Koga's gym. Again, this level 40 War Turtle situation's causing me a little bit of a mental consternation of some kind. I'm really just like I'm kind of at a loss for how to play the game a little bit. When you get Pokemon that are so low level so late, like it's one thing if I caught like a level like 30 Staryu, right? But like level 30 Staryu require Surf at Seafoam Island, right? Like I'm pretty sure Staryu's at Seafoam Island unless I'm hallucinating. Right, so you kind of have to deal with level 15. I mean, can you get higher than level 15 with the Super Rod? Maybe. I don't look at the tables. I just look, like at this, you know, in a technical sense, I did look at the Route 19 table recently, but I didn't look at the level table. I just looked at like what Pokemon are found on Route 19 and compiled the list. I like to play these games and do these runs with as little information as possible, you know, going into them. But I finally got Koga done. Koga's no big worry. We're kind of in the final stretch. Got a couple gyms left, and then it's the Elite Four, which did cause me a little bit of problems. But like again, I am kind of going through my own little intrapersonal, I'm one person and I have no friends. Pokemon Renaissance. I haven't played these games too much since I was a kid. I've been a streamer, I've been a YouTuber for well over a decade, but I never actually touched the Pokemon games more than like, hey, I'm gonna do a Let's Play of Pokemon, and then I do like 3 videos and get to like the first gym and then give up. I did that a couple times when I was a lot younger, but you know, I've been trying to like watch other Pokemon videos on YouTube. A lot of them like that are really popular. The really popular YouTubers that have like 1 million subscribers. They're really insufferable, really hard to watch. You know, some of them are decent, but it's like, you know, it's kind of hideous. To be honest with you, it's so like, you know, it's all for kids. You know, you're not allowed to say anything remotely interesting. Very sterile, very lame. But then I found some decent Pokemon YouTube videos, but then they have too much information, and I'm like, ooh, spoilers. And I know it does seem kind of silly to me, you know, and hey, maybe you want to watch a video that explains in depth every move. That is not these videos. These videos are watching me beat the game with the STARYU and talking about, you know, other stuff while I do it. But again, I'm trying to go in here with as little information as possible. I'm trying to learn things as slowly as possible. And really, you know, what I'm trying to do mostly is just learn from the game itself. And STARYU had no problem with Blaine, by the way, so I don't feel bad talking over Blaine. Not that I would feel bad anyway. I talk over the entire game with a bunch of stupid garbage. But I don't do any cuts in these videos. This is just sped up footage in real time, so you are watching the entire playthrough. That's one thing that I think is important when it comes to a speedrun, is that you want to show that this is not segmented, this is not, you know, whatever. And that also leads to me saying I should probably create like a rule list and then do it in the beginning of every video, but fuck, that's a lot of work. But one of the rules of these runs, that is a rule with all of them, is they're single segment. No saving, no loading. You know, at first it was because I don't know what the battery life is on some of the cartridges that I have. I've changed them myself a little bit, but a lot of them, you know, they're just old-ass batteries, and I don't want to rely on saving and loading and stuff. And I don't reset for good stats. I don't like catch 7 Staryus and run the one with the best. I don't do any of that stuff. I just run with the first one that I get. And so there is a lot of variability with that method and style. And you know, so but I'm trying to learn the game myself, hands-on. This is all to say, you know, I could give you some more information, but I don't have it because I don't know it, because I'm an uneducated prick. But I'm not here to be an educator. I'm here to play Pokemon 146 times. So it's Golem, Machamp, Mewtwo, that's 4. Who else? Gengar, that's 5. What's the other one? There's another one. Isn't there? Whatever. That you can't do for this type of run. So, anyway, fighting the rival. The thing about Staryu, and again, with a lot of these unevolved Pokemon, I'm not necessarily trying to do all the unevolved Pokemon. I mean, I started off with stuff like Victory Bell or Primeape. But right now, I'm on a kick of just doing unevolved Pokemon. But the thing about Staryu, as well as a lot of other unevolved Pokemon, is they have really low health. Like, they've got that, like, the glass cannon type situation, where Staryu can deal a large quantity of damage. But it can take almost no damage incoming unless it's like water damage or something like that. Like anything that's like actually moderately effective is going to just one-shot you. It's kind of, it's unsettling a little bit. I'm going to take another sip of coffee here. Just check this out. Will I win? Huh? This is suspenseful. Oh! There you go. Staryu won. That is the type of riveting gameplay commentary you can find here on this channel, on this YouTube channel. Who knows? Maybe I will download. Well, I don't need to download them. I already have all the videos. But maybe I will re-air these videos on another website in 17 years from now, and we will all reminisce when YouTube was a thing that existed. Who knows how long YouTube will be around, so maybe I shouldn't date myself too much. But these are, at least for the time being, YouTube videos. Anyway, we're at the Elite Four. Victory Road took about -7 years, as always. The thing about Victory Road, can I talk about this real quick? Am I allowed? Huh. Hold on, let me ask the editors. Hey, am I allowed to talk about this? I was asking myself, because I'm the editor. And it's just myself. I'm the editors, pluralized. But Victory Road, the fact that there's no mandatory trainers in Victory Road kind of blows my mind a little bit. Like, isn't that strange? You'd think there'd be, like, at least one mandatory trainer. But anyway, Staryu, Elite Four. You might be thinking, oh shit, I'm on fucking Agatha already. Oh, you know, but obviously it didn't go so well. I'm trying to see, like, what, like, I can get away with before I use the rest of my rare candies. Obviously, as well, I want to get the level ups. The thing about it, and I know I spent a large chunk of this video percentage-wise talking about this very concept, so maybe I should double down, or maybe I should leave it for the next video. But the thing is, rare candies, like, I've got it in my mind, ingrained from childhood. I got frozen by that ice punch. Jesus Christ, that was traumatic. I went back here to try to fight some guys, get the next level before I rare candy. Turns out to be a total waste of time, by the way. Like, these guys give you -6 experience. It's kind of absurd. So, while we fast forward through my bad decisions, from my mind, I know you want to use rare candies, like, because you're level 90, and getting to level 100 sucks because the highest level anything in the game is like level 40, you know? Like, so, like, training after that, it's kind of annoying. So, as a kid, I internalized that, but, like, in the context of a speedrun, you know? Like, I also, like, when I started doing these runs, I was doing the fully evolved Pokemon, so I would spam my rare candies earlier, like, right before Lorelei for that reason. But, you know, with these under-evolved Pokemon, like, I kind of want to save at least a couple for the end. And one thing about Staryu, by the way, as opposed to Horsey or Shelder, I'm pretty sure, or a lot of other Pokemon in the game, is that Staryu requires a Water Stone to evolve. Which means I don't have to hit the fucking B button every single time I level up, which I didn't, like, quite realize how used to that I am, but it's like a level of anxiety that, like, I don't, like, you know, when I finish a fight, you know, like, I try to play these games when I'm paying attention. I don't like listening to videos. I don't like listening to podcasts or anything like that when I play these. At least right now, I've done this 16 times. Maybe, you know, in 70 runs from now, which is not a hyperbolic number if I plan on doing 146. Maybe in 70 runs from now, I'll watch a movie while I do one of these. Hey, who knows? Maybe these will be dual movie reviews and Pokemon speedrun reviews. Who knows? However, that is not what I did here. So, my point being, I was gonna make some point about, you know, sometimes I lose my mind, I guess, when I play this, and, you know, oh, right, the B button, evolution. I know, I'm sorry. But sometimes, like, you know, when I'm doing a fight, I'm like, I'm writing a note or something and I'm just mashing the A button. And I try to limit distractions, but like every time I hear that don't, or it was like don't, right? Like it makes that weird chirping sound at first, you know, and then it's like, oh shit, oh no, because if I miss this click, my run's over. So, you know, no saving, no loading, etc. Right? So, you know, I'm trying really hard to make sure that I don't fuck that up. Anyway, we're at Lance. Spoiler alert, I'm about to beat the game. I know, you didn't see that one coming. I've been rambling about some, like, my fucking childhood trauma for 20 minutes. But anyway, we're about to beat the game. Gyarados. Not that difficult. Thunderbolt. Wow. I mean, the thing about Thunderbolt on STARYU is it's just... Why the fuck can STARYU learn Thunderbolt? I remember having this discussion with myself. I have no friends. When it comes to, fucking, like, Primeape learning Thunderbolt. Why? What the fuck? And doesn't, like, Kangaskhan also know Thunderbolt? What the fuck? Alright, so, like, they just gave everyone Thunderbolt? Like, I guess. Everyone has Thunderbolt? Anyway, Horsey, Shelder, Krabby, they don't have Thunderbolt. So, that makes STARYU a little unique, as well as Psychic. Holy fuck. And then Surf is just all around really good. Anyway, Champion! I love the music. Holy shit, the Champion music is just absurdly good. It's so good. Like, every time I get to this part, you know, like, I'm just like, you know, this is my 16th, 28th run. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm still, every time I get there, it's like, oh, the goosebumps. Like, you know, my shoulders... Just the hair on my shoulders just starts magnetically attracting to like the heavens or whatever, you know. Like it's fantastic. The music here, it's so good. I'm excited to replay Fire Red, Leaf Green for the first time in over a decade. You know, because I like a lot of the remake music. You know, totally different vibes between the remake and the original. I'm a huge fan of just older video game, like, sound chip limitations when it comes to music, because sometimes, you know, it creates a lot of interesting stuff. And I also typically, I don't like when people do high res, you know, high fidelity, I should say, or whatever, you know, in renditions of older music, you know, where they try to remove those limitations. You do that, I think that's great. I'll listen to it at least once. But I love that kind of like the crunchiness of such limited instruments. Like the Game Boy has such limited instruments. And so, like, you know, they use that a lot to create these sort of harmonic, you know, harmonies. I was trying to come up with another word there, but I couldn't. That are just something you can't do but for those limitations. Anyway, Double Team, Badge Boost, Thunderbolt, Surf. Do I need to comment on this? Arcanine, you know, Surf. Yeah, super effective. Surf per effective. Psychic. Look at that. Oh, not a two-shot. They missed. You want to know why they missed? Because of Double Team. It's broken. A stupid fucking move. Maybe one of these days I'll do a no Double Team run. I mean, I've done that, you know, before I knew about Double Team. I found out about Double Team in, like, run number 8 or 9. I mean, found out as in I remembered Double Team existed and went like, oh man, that would be awesome. Anyway, check out the chart here. We got a chart. STARYU's looking good. A little bit better than Doduo. A little bit better. Not by a lot, but a little bit better than Doduo. And fun run. I had a lot of fun with STARYU. Next time, I'm going to do the same exact route, and we'll see what I fish up next. Thank you for watching another one of these bizarre, whatever they are, types of experiences. Anyway, see ya.